For those of you saying you're embarrassed to be in America after the Trump-Zelensky meeting. For those of you that say you and the whole world stands with Ukraine. For those of you that say this will be a dark day in American history. Well, for those of you that find Ukraine just so important, so vital to your livelihood and just life in general, you can actually join their National Guard and fight for them. Zelensky says it himself. Americans can now join the Ukraine's National Guard. Since they're running out of their own people, they're trying to get Americans to join. And since this war is so important to you guys that Ukraine wins, you can go over there and fight yourself. You can show the whole world that you truly stand with Ukraine, but you're not going to. Notice how this article was made a year ago? So all of you have had a year to do this, and you haven't, because Ukraine doesn't matter to you. You were told by the Democrat Party this is the next thing you need a virtue signal about, so that's why you've been pushing on it so hard. Most of you probably couldn't even point Ukraine out on a map. You probably couldn't even name the president before Zelensky. You probably couldn't even name the capital of Ukraine. But yet it's so important for you guys that Ukraine keeps fighting. You don't care how many innocent lives are lost. You don't care how much money is spent. You just want to keep pushing this because it's the thing you're supposed to virtue signal about. And it's absolutely disgusting. Believe it or not, you can be anti-Zelensky and anti-Ukraine and also anti-Putin and anti-Russia. Both can be true. This is a conflict on the other side of the world that does not involve us. We shouldn't have to be involved in every single conflict on the planet.
Okay. I would love for you to point out to me the MAGA folks that are anti-Ukraine, anti-Zelensky, and also anti-Putin. Because I have yet to see them. To a man, they're all pro-Putin now. But you say they exist, so I'd love for you to point them out. And it's on the other side of the world, but it still matters to us for a very specific reason. And that's because we have NATO alliances in Europe. And Vladimir Putin, ex-KGB agent Vladimir Putin, has made it known throughout the course of his lifetime that his life's goal is to reconstruct, put back together the old Soviet Union before he dies. He wants to be remembered as the next great Russian czar who put together the old Soviet Union. He wants to get even for the embarrassment of the collapse of the Soviet Union. He has stated so himself. So, the reason why it's important to stop Russia in Ukraine is because if he succeeds in Ukraine and moves on to Poland in his attempt to recreate the Soviet Union, then it is our obligation through our NATO treaties to defend Poland, which means we're in a ground war with Putin in Europe. It's not our fault that you're too fucking stupid to understand that fact. But let me flip the script on you. If Gaza is the war in Gaza is so important to you guys that Israel keeps fighting it. It's so crucial to you that Israel keeps pushing and bombing kids and hospitals and schools in Gaza. Why aren't you in the Gaza Strip right now carrying a gun? Well, Tom, because the state of Israel hasn't said they needed more troops, but it's important to you. You say it should happen. So why don't you get a gun and go over to the Gaza Strip and fight the Palestinians? See how fucking stupid it sounds when it's put back on you?